And you can read past stories about RSV in Wisconsin this season on the 12 News mobile app.
New tonight, investigators say a woman on oxygen smoking in her bed sparked an apartment fire that killed her husband. According to the Milwaukee County Medical Examiner, the woman's cigarette triggered an explosion that set the couple's bed on fire. An ME's report says 62-year-old Jeffrey Raffone died while trying to save his cat from the couple's apartment. This happened near Cambridge and North. 12 News' Madison Morris spoke to one neighbor helping clean up.
A pile of debris, some of the only visible evidence left over Thursday morning from an apartment fire turned deadly the night before.
I just heard some boom, like I didn't know what that was. I looked out and I seen an inferno of flames.
It's a sight he won't soon forget, those flames shooting right out of these windows.
I had a victim come out. Now you're bringing the victim down the stairwell now with an additional patient.
One of the victims, a 62-year-old man, died at the scene. Milwaukee Fire rescued two others who were injured. Neighbor Scotty Thigpen recounted the chaotic moments.
It was crazy. I've never seen that. People were everywhere. The building was smoking.
Did you know the person that unfortunately passed away?
I knew of him. I didn't know him personally, but I used to see him all the time. I know he was a musician, and he was like a staple in a sense on Brady Street.
Deputy Chief David Seeger says the fire was contained to just one apartment in the roughly 80-unit complex, with about 125 residents being evacuated to safety.
My companies came in, extremely well done job. Interior aggressive fire attack that marginalized the damage to the rest of the complex.
A silver lining Scotty's thankful for. In Milwaukee, Madison Moore, WISN 12 News.
The fire department says the apartment complex did have working smoke detectors.
The Milwaukee Fire Department says that it's seen an uptick in house fires lately as the weather changes.
As the weather continues to diminish in temperature, furnaces are starting to kick in, space heaters are being used, and our comments and our suggestions and our advice is always to have your furnaces serviced after not being used for several months, and also be very aware of the surroundings with the space heaters that are being used.
The fire department also reminds people to make sure that you have working smoke alarms. If you need one, call the fire department hotline. The number is on your screen, 414-286-8980. Firefighters will bring it to your house and install it free of charge. You'll also find the information on the 12 News app.
A strange but welcomed sight in the sky, the sun making a rare appearance. This is some video of it over downtown Milwaukee earlier today. But Mark, the clouds are about to come back.
Did you catch yourself doing this if you didn't bring the sunglasses?
Yeah,
because it was so bright. We haven't had much sunshine at all. But yes, now the clouds are already starting to roll back in. 32 degrees. High temperatures did make it in the mid-30s here in Milwaukee. A little bit cooler inland. Live look outside for the top of the U.S. Bank building at 794 over there. Here we go down Wisconsin Avenue. All is quiet on the weather front, at least for now. If you have plans for this evening, you're fine. There'll be the high clouds around. Eventually, those clouds will thicken, temperatures hanging out into the 20s. There's a lot to talk about coming up in Weather Watch 12. We got some flurries. We got the potential of a winter storm, maybe two chances for some accumulating snow. Let you know when coming up in Weather Watch 12.
New tonight, a Milwaukee police officer shot in the leg during a standoff will undergo another surgery. According to the GoFundMe page for Officer Dan Morrell, doctors hope to operate on the 38-year-old officer Monday. Morrell was shot Tuesday while responding to a domestic violence call at 18th and Fairmount. According to the police union, the city will pay his medical bills up front. After that, help is needed.
Their benefits run out. They get reduced salaries and reduced pays. So in more of a long-term type situation, that's where these fundings come in to help these officers out to maintain that life they had before a violent criminal had shot them.
No charges have been filed yet against the suspect accused of shooting the officer.
Developing at this hour, lawyers for former President Donald Trump want the special counsel handling the 2020 election interference against him held in contempt. Trump's attorneys argue Jack Smith and his team have taken steps to advance the case despite a judge's order to put the case on hold. Smith's team says they'll continue to meet the deadlines to make sure the case is on track once it resumes.
Tonight, a warning as the third anniversary of the January 6th Capitol attack approaches and growing political implications ahead of the 2024 presidential election. 12 News political director Matt Smith on the group in Milwaukee today near Humboldt and Brady and why they brought their message here.
Tonight, a warning ahead of January 6th.
We can't let it happen again.
The attack on the U.S. Capitol 3 years ago, increasingly political and set to dominate the 2024 presidential cycle. A group in Milwaukee Thursday warning of another Trump presidency, including a retired rear admiral for the U.S. Navy, the founder of National Security Leaders for America, a group of former top military officials, former ambassadors, and cabinet secretaries speaking out.
I'm here because your votes matter. You know, I can go to San Diego and talk to Californians all I want. It's irrelevant. It's a blue state. You guys are one of the most pivotal, if not the most pivotal state. How you vote is how the nation will go.
The attention coming as numerous states attempt to ban Trump from the ballot, citing his involvement in January 6th, including efforts here in Wisconsin. Trump now facing federal charges in relation to January 6th, accused of attempting to overturn the results of the election. Former Democratic Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes.
Do you think Trump should be on the ballot here in Wisconsin?
Well, look, that's not for me to decide. I think that's for the people to decide. But the reality is, I want people to know what is at stake.
Tonight, the Biden campaign is also preparing to deliver a similar message, launching an ad campaign highlighting January 6th in key states like Wisconsin. The president delivering remarks in Pennsylvania tomorrow. In Milwaukee, I'm Matt Smith, WISN 12 News.
Retired Rear Admiral Mike Smith is a guest Sunday on Upfront, his decision to speak out after decades of avoiding politics. That's Sunday morning at 9 right here on WISN 12.
The future of a new casino in Kenosha is now in the hands of the county board. The Kenosha City Council late last night approved the Menominee Tribe's plan to build a Hard Rock hotel and casino. It will be just west of I-94 off the Highway 50 exit. That's near 122nd Avenue and 60th Street. The development would also include restaurants, 150 hotel rooms, and a 2,000-seat auditorium. The Kenosha County Board is expected to vote on the proposal in 2 weeks. The land also needs to be federally designated as a reservation, and Governor Tony Evers would also have to sign off on the deal.
Two popular weight loss drugs in the spotlight tonight.
The reason patients say they've regained weight and how the drugs manufacturers are responding.
Plus, people lining up at Target, the special item that had shoppers showing up like it was Black Friday. A warning tonight about two popular weight loss drugs.
Patients who've taken Wegovy and Ozempic say they've regained the weight plus packed on new pounds after they stopped taking the drugs.
My weight is actually about 15 to 20 pounds higher now than it was before I ever even started Wegovy. Within a month, I could feel how different my appetite was, how lethargic I was becoming again, all of those things.
If you stop taking a medicine that's working on your weight's going to start to come back. Some people can maintain the weight loss, but not everybody can.
The drug's manufacturers say they're not surprised, adding obesity is a chronic disease that requires long-term management that also includes changes in diet and exercise.
Right now, Joyce is here with a look at some of the stories coming up new tonight at 6. Joyce?
Patrick, a first-of-its-kind street makeover in Milwaukee. New tonight at 6, the biggest difference drivers will notice and how it's going for people on the road today. Plus,
a neighbor reaches out about a dumpster she calls a hot mess that's been parked here in a city street for weeks.
That's right after World News with David Muir at 5:30. Kristen?
Joyce, thank you. Sun today, but we have snow chances in the forecast.
Our weather is about to get more active around here.
Snow chances?
We haven't heard that in a while.
Really? Yes, there is.
You excited?
I do get excited about snow. Now, there's still a lot of questions on how this is going to play out. There's actually probably 3 chances for snow in the forecast. First one coming in on Saturday. That's not going to be that big of a deal. Before we get to that, let's get a look outside. It was nice to get that sun today. Now some clouds rolling in. You can still see a little light in the sky there in Brookfield as well as in Delavan. Kind of nice. Temperatures were a little chilly today, but it was nice to get the sunshine. And I hope you enjoyed it today because there's not going to be much of that in the forecast. Temperatures generally in the 20s, hanging to 32 here in Milwaukee. Now we're going to talk about the clouds rolling back in. Again, today was your Sunday. Then flurry snow showers on Saturday, and then the potential for snow on Tuesday and maybe again on Thursday. So that's what we mean by getting a little more active. All right, let's talk about next week's system. Right now, it's about 3,500 miles away. A lot of things can change before that happens. It does look like this will become more of a traditional panhandle storm. What does that mean for us? Moves out of the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. It can take various tracks. If it takes tracks up here, it means different things. You're like, oh, it goes to the north, it's going to bring snow. No, no. If the low comes here, it's counterclockwise flow, so it would bring warm air in. If it's track 1, which I don't think it'll be, it would bring in rain. If it is track 2, which we'll go back and show you again, if it's track 2, it would bring a mix. If it's track 3, it would bring mainly snow. If it's track 4, it would be far enough south to be dry. So precip type at this point is trending a little more to 3 or 4. So if it holds this line, especially if the low moves just south of Chicago, that's prime territory for us to get snow. At this point, it looks like it'll be a little bit farther south than that. Still a long ways away. It's 5 days away. So much can change. Timing still does look like it'll be mainly Tuesday. The trend is shifting it a little bit south. Not a lot. Potential to impact travel is certainly still there. Too early for any kind of specific numbers. This is one of those you have to stay tuned. Hello, where's the snow? It has not been a snowy season so far. 4.4 inches. Last year at this point, we'd only had 7.1. Normal is 14.9, so we're way behind average. We're also closing in on the weekend. Before we get to next week, let's enjoy this weekend. We got to get through tomorrow first. Flurries on Saturday, a few snow showers. 37 degrees on Sunday. It looks breezy on both days. 38 snow showers on Saturday and 38 degrees. Could there be a little accumulation on Saturday? There could, especially a little bit on the grass here and there. Don't expect much any kind of problems on the roads. Temperatures still hanging out in the 30s. That's not bad. Watching the potential for the snow there on Tuesday and potential for rain or snow 1 week from today as well on Thursday. So for snow lovers, I know you're out there. I've heard from you. And the kids who got those sleds for Christmas, I'm thinking maybe they want to use them soon. We'll see if it works out.
It's about time.
Yeah, the sleds don't work well on the grass.
Not so much.
Thank you, Mark. Long lines at Target.
The special item that had shoppers lining up like it was Black Friday.